Hello, it's Ash and welcome into this video. So if you've ever experienced a little niggly pain in your shins or your calves or your ankle area, we're going to work on some stretches to say goodbye to those areas, especially the shin. So we're going to say goodbye to shin splints, or if you've never experienced them, we're going to make sure we never do experience them with these stretches. Okay, so we're going to make a start. Coming into a kneeling position, we're going to step the left foot forwards. Now, if you need to make the right knee comfortable, let's find a kneeling pad or a cushion to do that. Now, we're going to focus on pushing that left knee over the toes, keeping the foot nice and flat into the floor the whole way through, and then just lunging back. Knee over toes and then knee over the heel. And we're just massaging with that now. So we're working on that dorsiflexion, which is basically the ankle mobility, which is that knee going forwards towards the toes. So we're trying to improve that. We're going to massage it in, again, a nice slow dynamic way to help lubricate those tissues and the connective tissues. Make sure that we're pushing the big toe of this front foot into the floor as well, so that really activates the muscles and that connective tissue. So when we've got tight calves and an ankle area, the increased tightness in the calf area can create that pull on the shin bone. So although the sort of the tightness is in the calf, it can really pull on the shin bone and it can cause that issue in the shin area, all of the muscles around the shin. So that can lead to inflammation and damage. Okay, this time what we're going to do is we're going to lift the heel up like this. And we're going to start to just push the knee slightly forwards, but then go heel down, heel up. Nice and high, heel down, heel up. With a slightly pushed forwards knee. We don't want to work on the stretch on the right quad and right hip flexor too much, so you can always bring that right knee a bit closer. We really want to focus on calf and ankle. Really pushing down through that big toe and the ball of the big toe. Keep breathing as we do this. We're nearly there. Okay, and then bring the hands down to the mat now and step this left foot all the way backwards to the back of the mat. Tuck the toes under and then push into the hands to push that heel backwards and find that good stretch into that left Achilles heel and calf area. And then push into the toes to rock forwards. So keep the body straight, relatively straight from the neck to the toes. So you put rock back and then rock forwards. So we find a stretch that's about a 7 out of 10, push into the toes to rock forwards. And this helps, as we do this helps our toe off position. So as we go through our running gait and we go through toe off, the final sort of foot contact point before we go into flight phase where both feet are off the floor, this sort of mimics that position. The better toe off position we can get, the increased efficiency we will get in our stride, so we will get a slightly longer stride. Keep breathing as we do it, nearly there. Okay, then we're going to bring that foot down. That knee down, and just have a little bit of a wiggle and feel the after effects again, so you sort of mindfully check in with the body's response to that. And then we step the right foot to the inside of the right hand. Again, we want this back hip over the knee because we don't want to focus too much on the stretch on the left thigh, left hip flexor area. So right foot's nice and flat, push the right toes into the floor, push that right knee past the big toe, and then come back. Keep the foot flat the whole way through. You can go hands to hips or hands by your side. Keep breathing as we do this. And just notice, does this side feel lighter and looser? Does it feel the same or does it feel tighter? So also the calves, they're really good shock absorbers. They are the shock absorbers really, because they take up to 7 or 8 times our body weight, and they are the muscle that works probably the most. And when they are tight they are less pliable, and less pliable equals increased stress, again, on that tibia and the tissues around the tibia, so that can create that shin splints issue. Okay, we're going to bring toes, heel up again, nice and high. Heel up, heel down, slightly leaning forward, so we're sort of leaning some of the weight of the body into the big toe. So the ball of the big toe and the actual big toe really pushing into the floor as we go heel down, heel up. Breathe, relax the jaw and the shoulders. And well done for showing up and doing this type of work. So this is the type of work that I get a lot of my clients to do, but it's also the type of work that the vast majority of runners do not do, and that's why up to 80-85% of runners every year get injured. So if you are interested in finding out more about what it's like to work with me, you can get a free 7-day program by simply adding your email link in the description below, and you will get an automatic reply straight away. You will get 7 days free program from me. Okay, we're going to step that hands down, step that right foot back, tuck your toes underneath and push the heel to the back of the mat. Push it, bring your hands more underneath your shoulders. Now push into the toe and rock forwards. Again, that toe off position. Push into the heel, find a 7 out of 10 stretch for that calf and Achilles area, and you're rocking forwards now, nice and smooth with that motion. Again, just notice, does this side feel the same? Does it feel different? Remember to breathe. So there's also another way that tight calves can really influence negatively our running form, is because they alter our biomechanics. So when we have tight calves, or tight calf on one side, or maybe both, we tend to get an overpronation, which basically is a compensation, the foot trying to roll in more because it won't, the calf's not pliable, the calf's area is not pliable and supple enough to go through that sort of dorsiflexion phase to absorb the force. So the foot tries to do the work, and then that's when we can get issues in the foot, like plantar fasciitis, issues at the big toe as well. Okay, from here we're going to bring that knee down, have a little bit of a wiggle and move around, check in with how it feels. Okay, now we're going to go into sort of like a half downward facing dog. Send the hips up, and we're going to do some pedal walks. So what we're going to do, we're going to go pedaling one, so we're pedaling like this in a stationary position, bending one knee, straightening one leg. Again, we're in a sort of half downward facing dog. It's in a half press up, half downward facing dog. It's not, we don't have to push our head to our knees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slowly start to step one foot and then the other about an inch or 3 centimetres at a time. We're doing some pedal walks with this, just extending again the range of motion. It will start to challenge the Achilles and the calf a little bit more, and just go to the point where it feels that's about right, no more, about 7, 7.5 out of 10. And then you start walking backwards, nice and slowly. Keep breathing as we do this. Little tiny steps each time. And you go back to the point where it's, again, it's almost back into that starting point, or if you can get to the starting point, almost into a down facing dog. And then start to walk back up, nice and slowly again, little steps, keep breathing. Pedaling as we do it. Don't rush, don't be doing it really fast, go smooth and slow, and then all the way back. Okay, last time as we come back here, as you get back to almost the starting position, we're going to bring the knees down, head up, shoulders might have had a bit of a work there, tops of the feet are going to come to the mat, and we're going to slowly send the hips to the heels. Now you might need a cushion. If you need a cushion, let's get one now, pause the video. But if you can, without pain, sit the hips into the heels. Again, if you get in pain, you can get a cushion, or you can just hover the hips higher off the heels. So if we can, we're here, And then what we're going to do is we're going to massage, squish, again, the tissues of the shin and the top of the foot near the ankle. And we're going to just move to the left and to the right. So we sit the right hip into the right heel, sit the left hip into the left heel. Keep the spine relatively long, hands to the thighs if you can. Again, if you're in that modified position, we're doing the same thing to the left, to the right. If it starts to get painful, you make it easier. Come out of it more and come to the front. But the movement, again, it's compressing, it's squishing. It's challenging the tissues, but also it's nourishing them with, there's a certain liquid, and I forget the name of it, in the body, but as we move through it, it lubricates the tissues. It makes them, again, more pliable, less stiff. Okay, and then if this feels comfortable, we could progress this from here by bringing the left knee up and bringing the left heel into the hip. And now what we can do from here is we can sit the weight of the upper body into that thigh, that left thigh, and so we're stretching, so we're keeping that left foot flat, and we're really working into the left ankle and Achilles area, as well as the right. And we'll just move to the left and the right with this. But again, if this is too intense, you just stay here, or you stay here in that modified position. So keep breathing wherever you are. Relax the jaw and the shoulders. Okay, if you are in this progression, now what we're going to do is switch sides. Bring the right heel in towards the hip, and then again lunge over to that side, and then to the other side. So you're using the weight of your torso to massage into that stretch and towards the end of the range of motion. But again, we're not working right up to the end range. We're working in a 7 out of 10 intensity. Make sure it feels 7 out of 10. If it doesn't, come out of it and go into a more 7 out of 10. Keep breathing. Again, smile. Well done for being here. I'll keep saying it, but you are doing fantastic work for your body. Fantastic work for your shins, your calves, your ankle area. Okay, and then we're just going to come forwards now. So knees down. If you've had the leg up, have a little bit of a wiggle and move around and feel the after effects. So a lot of work gone on there. So just feel it. And then come onto your bum. And then just stretch those legs out long. Let's have a little bit of that bounce and a wiggle that we've done lots of times if you've done a lot of my videos. We're just sort of massaging the calves and the hamstrings as well with the bounce. Breathe. How do they feel? How do your calves feel? And your shins? So if you've enjoyed this video, if you could just give it a thumbs up, or maybe put thanks for the video in the comments. I do greatly appreciate all of your engagement. And if you are interested in working with me as your coach, again, have a look at the links in the description below, and you can also get that free 7-day program. And then we're just going to windscreen wiper, toes in, toes out, just loosening through those legs, through the hips a little bit as well. Slow the breathing down. Now you can use this as a sort of daily stretch, maybe 3 times per week, or you could also use it as a post-run stretch as well, a really good way to focus specifically right into that calf and ankle area. Again, with the focus really on trying to say goodbye to shin splints or preventing shin splints. So I'm going to bring the legs up, feel how you feel, and well done. Fantastic work. Well done for putting that time, effort and energy into your body to make your body stronger, more resilient, and again, more pliable, so that you're ultimately going to reduce your injury risk and hopefully avoid some of the most common injuries that runners experience. So fantastic work, and I shall see you in the next video.